And welcome everyone. This is the Predator Pro Billiards series in the eternal city of Rome, Italy, with the $300,000 in prize fund, and this is the FujiFilm Women's Doubles Masters Showdown. What an exciting match we have today for you. The opening match could be the final of any tournament in the world, everywhere. We have Kelly Fisher and Wei Chen, Chen and Xiaofang. These are the top ladies that are signed up for this World 10 Ball, and the opening could be the closing match of any tournament in the world. Welcome to Rome, ladies and gentlemen. Those two ladies right there. Kelly has the fifth highest Fargo in the tournament. Simi Chen has the highest, and the other ones, Fang has 10th. But we're off and running. Dada Spetz is your referee racking the balls. This is George Deegea, and I'll be joined by Eric Orlifson in the booth here. Eric, are you with us?
And here we go, folks. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back in action here in Rome at the Rome Cavalieri. Simi Chen coming to the table. They've got the first game. I wasn't able to watch that because I was doing some technical stuff, but it's 1-0, and I imagine they won the lag. This is a race to 3, 2 out of 3 sets in this women's doubles master showdown. Xiaofang Fu at the table. She is the 2010 WPA World 9-ball champion, 2011 China Open champion, 2017 Hayball World Team champion, China Open champion. This is a table full of champions, 4 of the best women players in the world. Working their way through this rack with ease. Absolute ease. The Fargo rates for these two players are $7.59 for Simi at the table, $7.95 for Simi, the highest ranked female player on the planet. Xiaofang Fu is a $7.59. Their opponents, Kelly Fisher, Wei Su-ching. Kelly is $7.64. Wei Wei is $7.58. And this looks like 2 breaking runs in a row. Wow. Will Kelly and Wei Wei even leave their seats? Position is impeccable. Speed was just a hair over where she'd like to be, but now Xiaofang will move the cue ball around to get on the 10, playing the 9 ball on the side. Has a little bit of an angle. That's the only problem you will encounter playing position for side pockets. If you don't have the right angle, you're going to have to work for position for your next shot, which caused her to miss that shot. Finally a missed ball here. What looked to be perfect, just that little 2 inches off for the side pocket really caused that miss. Trying to get perfect again. A big break for Wei Wei and Kelly. And then And what a break she had there. The cue ball was herded into the corner pocket, bumped 2 or 3 times as it worked its way up there for a scratch. So tied at 1, and Chen and Fu are back at the table. A very big break for Fisher and Wei in the first game to win, to be tied at 1. Going for the combo here. And the reason for the combo was to open it up for the 4 ball to go by. Now the 3 and the 4 both go by to that pocket. So now it's a matter of position for the 2 from the 1. The 2 is hanging over the side pocket. So it's just a matter of going in that window between the 5-9. But she's hampered in stroking by the 9 ball. All ball fouls. She touches the ball. She loses her turn. She chose to go the long way. Sometimes that's easier to do by just dropping your cue on the ball. Instead of having to control your speed, you can use the rails to control it, which is what she chose to do and did it very well. Everything open now for this fantastic duo. I love the way they'll just work the cue ball around. Watch the precision of the cue ball. The perfect angle to go to the next shot. And pretty much on perfect line to get there. She'll come down by the side pocket for the 6, off the rail. Just a little. She can choose to stop it or bring it back for a corner, for the corner or the side for the 8 ball. She wants the cue ball off the rail though, and there it is, which is probably why she took that side. There's new cloth here, so those draw shots are kind of grippy, and they'll come right back. Probably a little further than she wanted to come. This is a little bit of a tester on this 9 ball. But if I'm going to test someone, this is the lady I would test. Great fundamentals, great talent from a very early age, and dead center. Look at the position for this 10 ball. And here we go, 2 games to 1. And in this very, very short race to 3, they're what you would call on the hill. 2 out of 3 sets. This is the opening round of the FujiFilm Women's Doubles Masters Showdown. $20,000 to the first prize. First prize, your $75,000 prize fund for the 16 teams. The finest women players on planet Earth right here, right now. And they are in the eternal city of Rome. What a time these players are having here. And breaking for the fourth game, Chen. From the side, it looks like we're back. We're having a dry break. And Kelly with the extension. The first two opening shots, the 1 and the 2, right over the pockets. Coming for the 3 from the 2 might be a problem unless she gets a very nice angle. She has a good angle, but now she has to come down. Wow, she has to avoid the side pocket and come back out towards the 10 on the right side of your screen for the 3 ball. Very well done. Well, now things open up pretty good here. She's pretty straight, though. She has to get up for the 4. And center of the table is where Wei Wei wants the ball. This angle is very important because if she doesn't get the correct angle, she can't get past the 9 to come back down unless she goes forward, and forward is a lot of trouble. Must avoid the 9. Just come down past the side pocket. She should be okay. Beautifully done. Has she? Oh, close. Close, close, close. The 6 ball is still trouble. She must come up, and she's on the wrong side. The 6 only has the right-hand corner, not the left. Perfectly done. Still a lot of work here. In fact, this is where the rack can be won or lost. She'll be drawing this ball. Must avoid the 10. Look at this position for the 7 ball. She's clipped it, and they are in a tough, tough place here. Where do you go from here? She'll probably try to get up behind the 10 ball. No, just going to leave it tied up with a 9. It's a very nice shot. Very nice shot. Distance and trouble all together. That was a very delicate feathering on the 7 ball to keep it tied up with a 9. And now Fu has her hands full. Delicate, delicate shots. That took the precision of a surgeon to roll that ball 6 feet at that speed and hit it perfectly. And this is where you see why these players are the best in the world. Now, looks like this shot shall come to the right side of the 7, keeping the cue ball on the 9. Yeah, just a very soft shot. You have to trust the table here. And trust that she does and execute it perfectly.
Seven ball, side pocket. Extension.
Well, the trouble here is they can make a good hit, but where's the 7 going? Can they get a return safe? Beautifully done. Oh, it looked like it was going to stay behind the 9. It has stayed behind the 9. Wow, what a shot.
Seven ball, corner pocket.
And look at this. Will it stay behind the 10? It doesn't look like it. Nope. Open table. And Fisher and Weiwei jump up out of their chair and come to the table. 4 balls to tie things up at 2. She'll just want to cross the middle of the table with the cue ball and just be to the left of where she is now for the 10. And we are tied at 2. Exchanging and trading places here at the table. Chen and Fu win the first game. Fisher and Wei the second. The third for Fu and Chen. And then Fisher and Wei come right back with a game of their own. And a beautiful safety exchange in this last game. And then a 3-rail kick safe to win it. It's a pleasure to see Simin Chen back in the mix in this Predator Pro Billiards Series. She was a runner-up in 2024 at the Las Vegas 10-Ball Open. And she was also a runner-up this past 2024 in the Women's World 9-Ball Championship. She's been winning titles since 2004, 25 of them. Kelly Fisher, of course, is probably the highest decorated player that we've seen other than Allison Fisher. BCA Hall of Famer. Billiard Digest Player of the Year, Player of the Decade. Weiwei to break. Game number 5. Nine ball, doesn't drop. She has the ball down, I think. Looks like there's one down. Nope. 5 and 5. She may be able to cut this one ball to the side. It's a very, very thin cut. Fortunately, the 10 ball is there to keep the cue ball from going into the corner pocket. She was able to avoid the 10. Wow, what a shot. What a thin cut. She'll just go one rail right down by the 4. Pretty much you roll this ball in, get on the 5, look at the 5, 6, 7, 8, how well they lead to each other. She's going to have to hold this up with a lot of inside English here, unless she chooses to go around the 10. Notice how they ask for confirmation as to where you want the cue ball, which angle do you want. Just a little past the center of the table for position on the 8 would be ideal. This is for the first set. Remember, it's 2 out of 3. And keep in mind, if they are tied at 2 in the third and deciding set, it goes to a shootout. And this is the opening round, so we haven't seen a double shootout by the ladies. In the women's World 10 ball, we've had about 6 or 7 of them. Out of 64 matches, there's been 6 to 7 shootouts. And I think I've seen 2 in the Predator Wheelchair Open. They're going to take a timeout. And first set goes to Chen and Fu. And we'll take a little tiny break on my end here, and we'll be right back with the live action. And here we are, ready to start set number 2. Can Fu and Chen close out Fisher and Wei in 2 straight sets? This set right here will tell us. They had a break and run to open the first set, and they were on their way to run out the second, but a miss on the 8 ball trying to get shape on the 9. Gifted that game to Fisher and Wei. And then from there was some beautiful play by both teams. Dry break. Where do you push? What can you do to your opponent? No push out. She's going to kick at it. She's going to jump at it. This is a tough jump. She's got to get it up in the air fast and keep it on the table after. She has to land on the ball to bring the cue ball back. This could double kiss and go off the table. She has to land it softly. And softly she did. Wei has come up with a couple of great shots, as has Kelly. That was a lot harder than it looked, folks. Wow. Simming pockets balls like it's routine. That long shot on the one out in the middle of the table with ease and dead center of the pocket. The funny thing is, Simin Chen is the only player at the table of the four that does not have a WPA ranking. She doesn't play any of the WPA tournaments. Xiaofang Fu is ranked 24th. Kelly Fisher is 5th. And Wei Su Chen is 4th. She needs a good angle on this 5 ball to get to the 6, but instead she has a working cue ball to open it up. What a great shot. It must be that the 6 does not go by the 9 ball because they made sure to stay on the right side. Otherwise, that would have been easy to draw to get to the left of the 6. 7's over the pocket, in case you don't see it way up there. Just don't get behind the 10 here. She's going to be perfect on this 8. Always in the clear. She's pretty flat on this ball, so she's trying to see where to put the cue ball for the 9. She can't get to the left side. They'll accept the cut. Uses the second rail to control the speed, and she positions the 10 ball perfectly for the side pocket. And again, game number 1. Well, in this first set, Chen and Fu are displaying some excellent cue ball control, run out ability. Kelly says, "What can we do? We're in trouble. How do you beat this?" From what I've seen, this is the team to beat. And on paper, that's what paper says. And now they've shown it. Xiaofang Fu in 2014 was a 20 WPA World Team Champion. So she's been on the teams. I'm not sure how much teamwork Chen has done. I'm looking through her list of accomplishments, and I don't see any teamwork. She flies solo all the time. They're trying to determine who breaks next. Game number 2 of the second set. It looks dry. Nothing fell off the table. Fisher and Wei. See, this is what's great about watching the women players, especially in doubles or when they're playing with the team. They're not serious. Chen and Fu are smiling between their shots, even when Kelly and Wei were in their chairs, smiling and enjoying the competition. There's $20,000 at stake here, so you know they're serious about it. Overcut it. Will she stay behind the 8? She will.
One ball from our pocket.
This will probably be a 2 rail. Try to clip it off the short rail on top there into the pocket so it slides around the 4 for position on the. She's going to do it hard. Oh, that's the danger with that shot. You get between the rail and the ball, the scratch is big, almost automatic. Kind of a replay of the first set. Either way, Wei is happy to be at the table, as is Fisher. They are on a time clock, a 30-second time clock. They have 60 seconds after the break. And now it's 30. They have 1 extension per rack. Opens up the 6. Everything's open now. Just come up for the 4. Going around the 5 balls in the middle there. Did she get by the... I think she can possibly see the 4. It is so tight. If not, she brought the jump stick just in case. It's a very, very simple jump. She's only jumping a quarter of the ball. No, she's not jumping at all. She has a cut. Okay. And with ease. She came prepared, though. She was loaded for bear. She'd like to have the cue ball close to where it is now, which is hard to do, so she's going to have to go to the left of that. I don't believe she can get there unless she goes forward, and she won't risk going around the 8, so no. She's just going to bring it back, and they're going to accept a an angle on this 6 they don't really want. Accepted distance for the angle. Seven's tough. Things can go very wrong here. Look for the cue ball to be behind the 9. She could decide to cut this. This is not a bad cut. Wei Wei has had one heck of a her last couple of years have been great. She won the Las Vegas Open in 2026, the Soaring Eagle WPPA. She was a semi-finalist in the Carinho Open. She won the Saigon 9-ball, a semi-finalist in the World 8-ball. She's been playing very, very well. Missed this ball. That ball was missed. Never in the pocket. But fortunate leave. If there's a drawback to doubles, it's who goes next. Kind of forget whose turn it is. And so they asked the referee, is this going to get all the way behind the 9? It is. What a good show. It didn't quite get there. It sure looked like it had the spin. Very thin cut here. And Wei Wei makes it look easy. Long straight in for a stop shot for the 10. Pressure is real. Long straight in shots. The Mighty X is a great drill for long straight in shots. And the second game of the second set is, I don't know if I want to say gifted to Chen and Fu, but those long straight in shots, especially under the lights, under the pressure of the double, can be easily missed. Here's your result for today. It's just going on. They all have one set. There's another power team with Cho Che-yu and Christina Tkach. Cheska Santana, who just won the World 8-ball, is with Rubelin Amit. What a match that's going to be. Look for Cheska and Rubelin
against one of these two teams later on. Cheska just went undefeated to win the Women's World 8-Ball Championship less than about a week ago. So she's flying high. Two zero, race to 3. The match could be over with this game if Fu and Chen win it. Probably a safety right behind the 8. I don't think she's winding up to shoot it. Is it going to get a rail?
Foul. No rail. Start the clock.
Well, everything is open. These two came out running balls, and the balls are there to be run. The 3 ball is going to have to go to the side pocket, or she can roll up right to where she's pointing and either go to the corner or the side, depending on where that cue ball ends up. Corner pocket it is. Didn't quite have the angle to go up high enough for the other side. Xiaofang Fu is 40 years of age. Siming Chen is 32 years of age. Wow, this is just so precise. It's just, I can't think of another word that I could use for the way they're playing. They're just, the cue ball is so precise. Little tiny angles to get exactly to where they have to go next. Watching these two play is such a lesson for a lot of amateurs out there. Look at the angle to go high for the 9 ball next. Always on the correct side of the ball. And Wei and Fisher, all they can do is look on. That's the one sad thing about pool, actually, I'm going to say, is In golf, you're playing the course, and your opponent can't do anything to you. In tennis, you got to go back and forth. But in pool, you can sit in the chair, and there's nothing you can do. This is for the match. And down it goes. What a match you just witnessed. Look for those two ladies that just won the match, Semin Chen and Xiaofang Fu, to go very deep in this tournament. And look for Kelly Fisher and Wei Tzu Chen to come right roaring back. We might see them again, but there's some other teams that should catch your attention. And some of those teams are Pia Filler and Jasmine Ocean. And here's a little sleeper, is Sosoa and Savannah Easton, Cho Che-yu and Christina Tekach, Rubelin Amit and Cheska Centeno. So we've got quite a list of ladies in this women's Masters Showdown.